Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Review anything and everything. And today we are getting into a boxed review, meaning I'm not going to take it out of its box because I'm keeping this as a collector's item. But this is a review of the Marvel Legends 6-inch figure Thor Herald of Galactus, based off a time period in the comic books in which Thor becomes the Herald of Galactus for a certain story condition that was taking place. You see here the box art, which in the story art, um, at least power wise, Thor ends up getting the power of the power cosmic from Galactus and becoming Galactus' herald, making him one of the most strongest versions of Thor that has existed in Marvel Comics in general. So here you can see of this wave, this is the Build-A-Figure wave, and that is the figure, the Build-A-Figure that you're able to build up to from these various other characters that you could purchase. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why Iron Man doesn't have a number. Maybe he doesn't include one of the build a figure pieces. And based on what I'm looking here with these numbers, from 1 to 6, that seems to be the case. So even though Iron Man's part of that wave, he is not one of the build a figure containing pieces to the build a figure line. Here it just gives you in different languages, but the English, it says, let me read it off screen because I can't see it through the camera very well. Thor does the unthinkable when he becomes the newest herald of Galactus, aligning with the Great Devourer to stop an even greater threat. So you can see the box art here, which actually looks very nice. Thor is in this kind of enhanced state where his energy is radiating from him. And that's one of the reasons why I actually purchased this character. I really liked the look of Thor in the story arc. I liked the idea of this enhanced power level. I always enjoy in um we'll say fictional media or even comic books or anything of that sort where you have characters who become so powerful that their power radiates from them just from even standing still or existing. They reach a power level where they're just radiating with energy. And I kind of like that when in this version of Thor, where normally Thor, if he's just standing still, he's not radiating energy. In this form, because he's such a heightened level, he's radiating energy not only from his hammer, is constantly glowing with electricity and energy and probably cosmic energy. You can see the decor on his armor or his clothes is also glowing, and you can see the cosmos within the fabric of his clothing, depicting that he's cosmic and that he has, enhanced abilities, as well as his eyes are glowing with cosmic energy as well. In addition, I like the idea of the ravens, who I believe that these are the ravens of Odin, which I think in this segment storyline, Thor was already King Thor or of some sort, and Odin wasn't around anymore, so he inherited Odin's ravens. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments because I really don't know it as well or as detailed. I seen a story run through on YouTube before of it, but I can't remember all that well the details of what preceded the story. So, but I like the fact that the crows enhance that level. I'm sorry, the ravens enhance that level of his power display, because they aren't just regular animals. From what I read on, they're actually almost like familiars, or they look like ravens, but they're actually the embodiment of almost like a living item, for lack of a better word. So I really like that as an enhanced display of power for Thor in this case. Um, so like I said, I'm not going to end up opening up the figure, open up the box, but from what you can see here, he comes with 2 additional sets of hands with closed fists, and he has the ones that he comes standard with, where his hands are open. This one's open. This one's partially open to grip the hammer. Now you can see here the hammer is all in blue, almost like a translucent blue, because it's supposed to depict that it's radiating with energy. Now, for me, I consider that a semi-positive and a semi-negative, in that I get it for the purpose of depicting that energy, but at the same time, too, you now don't have that normal hammer look if you wanted to say that it wasn't radiating energy, along with the handle is also this kind of translucent. So in one aspect, you could say what's constantly radiating energy, and in that aspect, it seems kind of cool. But I do think that if they maybe would have made it where it had, I would probably say, I know this would have taken a lot more work, so it definitely would have cost a lot more money. But if they would have made it individual molds, where maybe the handle was a mold of like the brown regular leather or whatever handle material, wood or whatever it is, and then the top of the hammer to have been the mallet part would have been, say, a maybe a the stone color as normal, but maybe with like a tint of like a glaze on top of it, a blue kind of glaze hue over it, maybe. But I get that it starts getting a little too detailed to where it starts, probably getting too pricey and expensive. But it definitely kind of almost looks like it could be kind of depicted as like a ethereal type of weapon, or maybe even an ice weapon, or whatever the case is. But it does enhance that he has energy dispersion in the form of, like, whether it's cosmic energy or lightning that you can attach to him as well. Um, so yes, and he has the ravens as well. So I'm not going to try to make this any longer than what it is, because, like I said, I'm not opening up the character, but I did want opening up the box, but I did want to give a little layout about what I thought of the character, or why I was interested in purchasing it. And you can see the details here. It's a very detailed and fine figure. Sorry once again that you can't see it outside of the box, but I am going to keep this in box, packaged as it is, as a collector's item. I've never bought any other Marvel Legends figures before, so that's never really been a thing for me. I just kind of really enjoyed the way that this figure looked, and I liked the way he was in the comics during that moment that this version of Thor was brought into the comics. As always, you guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you guys. I'm going to throw a link in the description down below, affiliated link for Amazon, for you guys to make this purchase if you want to purchase this. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.